distance, then we can start to discuss what kind of body we are not and how we should place ourselves in a circumstance where the body functions best. That's difficult. That's very difficult. Because to say that this world is Maya, yeah, it's okay. We know, and even Kamis have a very good description of how illusory this world is. They can give you really realize how frustrating, like family life can be. Oh, you find so wonderful descriptions. They make movies about this, they write books about this, how frustrating family life is. But nobody stops this. Nobody has an alternative. Nobody knows how to put it in the right place. And that's the difficult part. Prabhupada said, that's the second part of my mission, to establish that people start to place themselves rightly. This means a huge collective effort of people who are already that far spiritually cultivated that they know they are not this body. Even theoretically, but they know. I want to speak of realizing it. So this is collaborating, these two attempts. Actually, it should be automatic. The more you realize you are not this body, the more you know how to place the body in a situation it functions best. Even how to maintain the body. Like if you don't know who you are, if you think you are the body, you think pleasure comes from eating, well, you ruin the body. But if you are understanding more and more that you are not the body, then you also listen to the body. It's like a machine, like somebody who's attached to a car. He goes, great car, jumps in the car, pushes the gas pedal, plays with the car and ruins it. But somebody who knows he's not the car has a usage, it's meant for a certain purpose, then he will also treat it much more carefully. And even not very expert person will listen, there's some sound here, we have to fix this maybe. And he will approach a car mechanism. And then he gets expert help, hopefully. So same thing, the desire for guidance, the desire for counsel from a higher source comes automatically if one really realizes I'm not this body. If one really realizes the need not to come back to such a body, then these things automatically manifest. If they don't manifest, then we created our pseudo Hare Krishna cocoon. And then we can nicely lie and cheat to each other. Prabhu, I feel like a Paramahamsa, I have to take a rest. This, one of our bhaktas told me that his previous girlfriend had one problem, he couldn't wake her up. So she could sleep long stretches like that. And when he woke up, she was not very comfortable, and she said, don't disturb me, I'm charging, I'm connecting myself to a higher dimension. So, so this is called tamagun, this is called ignorance is bliss. You sleep and you think I make spiritual progress, let's sleep more. By the time I'm just sleeping, I'm in Vaikuntha. Well, we can fool ourselves day and night, pretend and lie in front of each other. The only problem is with devotees is that they are not so easy to cheat actually. Most of the devotees. I don't want to go into it, but it's not so easy. Kamis, if you know how to play the game, you can cheat like hell. The problem is that it's infectious. There are some, we know, by association, when you are dealing with cheaters, you start more and more to understand that this is life, this is a way of living. That's what it is. Look, he's cheating so successfully. And he has a good time. So let's me cheat also. This is the problem when you deal with materialists. It's a very, very harsh, cruel society out there. Cheaters and cheated. And that goes like this. So when you become part of that, yes, one can become so contaminated. And that's usually the story of a devotee. Devotees are, materially spoken, the losers. They drop out of that game of cheaters and cheated. They have no part in it. And where do you find a place not to be part of it? Therefore yogis go to the caves, to Himalaya, and I knew devotees. I knew one bhakta, he was living in the middle of strawberry fields in this cottage. They keep tools. That's where he was living. Out of despair, just surrounded by strawberries. He thought, this is at least with strawberries, I'm okay. Humans, forget it. How many devotees coming from this kind of backgrounds, completely out of control, spinning out, and it's natural. It's natural, uninspired and lazy. Prabhupada said to be lazy in the material is completely natural, because it's so uninspiring. But to do what? You work hard as described here, and then you think, that's thanks. Well, good luck. Good luck. I don't want to go in detail. How boring that affair can be. How much expectation is put into this few minutes. What comes out of it? Just trouble. Just trouble. For if you are good at it, for few minutes, for 5 minutes, you pay 50 years. If somebody will tell you, hey, I make you 5 minutes feeling really good, and then for 50 years, I will slap you in the face, right and left, and right and left. Would you make such a deal? You would say, 50 years? Yeah, 50 years. Boom, 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 boom. Not such a good deal, isn't it? But when you're in Maya, you think it's fantastic. You learn even to understand that that punch in the nose is just another taste of sweetness. And when the nose is really bleeding, then they turn around and they go, can you punch me too? And in this way you have all this. It's another preaching platform today you find really inspiring. I just had, last 2 days met, I would call him a boy, he's a 32 years old man, simple sugar, oh, I cannot work now, I have to pick up my child from the school. But I do it only 2 times a week because otherwise the mother is doing, we aren't living together. That story we hear everywhere, it's all over the place. It's just from their point of view, it's completely out of control. The society is so out. When you see these young people walking around now, just imagine how they will look like when they are 60 years old. As they say in Czech, they say, what you learn in the youth, you find in the old age. So what did you learn? To get stoned and being useless? Well, that's what you find in the old age too. And the government goes, oh, we are going to pay for this. No money for pension anymore. Oh. So there is always a simple solution to the problem. You kill it all. That's all. They don't have to discuss euthanasia or something like that. It's not needed. You just have to eliminate, make a new place for a new free market, and then we go again. That's how Vaishya thinks. We need new markets. And the market is saturated. You have to create a new one. With no regret. For material, Prabhupada was sometimes amazingly, he was very concerned about the condition of the people, even in a physical sense. He was not a Red Cross worker. No. But he said if people are hungry, if they are so stressed and agitated, they will not listen about spiritual life. That we see when people are really stressed, on an existential minimum and below, they are not willing anymore to listen. But when the misery is rightly balanced, you survive, but you are miserable enough, then the spiritual awarenesses, can come out. There's 2 extremes: when you suffer too much and when you are enjoying too much. These 2 extreme situations make people very, very averse to Krishna consciousness. So now they are in the solution we enjoy here, of course. To find listeners is not easy. And we have to deal with that fact. Sometimes even preachers get upset. Why do I have to deal with this retarded, desperate, deranged people? It's a fact. There's limits to that. What a person, how you can administer consciousness. But that's preaching. That's what we have to do. We take always the risk, offer people Krishna consciousness, take it and leave it. That's all. That's all we do. Prabhupada gave the example of a postman. Postman don't get emotionally involved when he throws, somebody in a mailbox, some news that he won in a lottery. Or he gets not emotionally, involved when he throws in a mailbox, news that somebody died. He's just carrying out the mail. That kind of distant attitude is not impersonal. We should be personally involved, but not to the degree that we modify Krishna consciousness to the needs of the conditioned soul. That's the history of degraded religious movements since the humankind exists. Always modifying. So when my Gobara said, the spiritual soul embraces Krishna's message and then modifies it to its needs. Spiritually enlightened, tries to always fix it. One of the really good services in Krishna consciousness when you get to feel it is not just Tamil President, that's a small thing. But when you have Guru, and you have these people going, Guru Maharaj, he is my karma. And I would be so happy in Krishna consciousness if you would bless this. Just bless it, damn it. That mentality is always there in a conditioned soul. And it's up to the individual guru how far he goes with it. But especially in Kali Yuga, it's a very dangerous game.
Don't preach to me like this. I get depressed.
I want to have my Krishna consciousness, my version. It's the version 1055, because there was 1054 fools before me. And we always try to adjust it to our needs. So when you find Prabhupada's mood was exactly going in opposite direction. Less and less adjusting. 1977, the lectures came out like from the machine gun. You can hear the voice. Very uncompromising, very clear. It was like the statement made. We can now speculate if Prabhupada knew he's going to leave the body or not. But it's like, no, no, no. And all the time was this, but we can adjust it like that, we can do like this, we can deviate like this, please, just a little bit, just a little bit. A little bit means, another piece, another piece, another piece, another piece. At the end it's something else. So this mutating process is all the time there, and the mind is the biggest cheater. The mind always goes, well, according to the circumstances, you have to understand, No, it's actually, and the false ego, the mind and false ego is great elegance. And the false ego goes, what? Look at him! He's worse like me, so I can be bad, because he's worse. Very great logic. I can be bad because he's worse. The mind always goes, look! You can tell him, you are a woman hunter, but I'm not a pedophile. I like only women. Well, yeah, on that scale it is a higher level, always the mind always finds some explanation, adjusts the whole thing, and So this is what the Mathura mention goes. Okay, we don't want to go more in detail on this. So therefore Yamaraj draws a clear line who should be brought in front of him and who not. So we can only strive to be on the other side. I heard from authorized sources that especially in Kali Yuga the process is very merciful. Very merciful. We hope so. Because if you would get the printout when we are leaving this body from the activities we were participating in previous and in this lifetime, all the way through in detail, our chance to go back to Godhead is very minimal. Technically spoken. But Krishna can do anything. He can go, yeah. I saw devotees dying who definitely experienced great spiritual difficulties and died with a big smile on their face chanting Hare Krishna. You go, wow, that gives me a hope. Wow. I remember especially one devotee from the previous Yugoslavia, passionate, lastly, who knows what, whatever, called a collection of all these troubles we daily experience. And he died in the middle of the kirtan in Vrindavan on Janmashtami.
You were there?
Huh?
You were there?
I was not there, I heard this. I was not there. I was there when Mataji died, in the presence of the spiritual master, in the bottom floor of the Krishna Balaram guest house. She had a room there. She spent the whole day already. In India, they are very expert in dying. So the Ayurvedic doctor goes, okay, this person is now in, he gives even hours. He gives him 6 hours, he's dead. Because there's a last phase where the organs are breaking down, step by step, if you don't experience some sudden dramatic death. So generally you die like that. The organs are failing one after another, and the Ayurvedic doctor, he can feel it, he can measure the whole thing. Okay, now this cracked, that cracked. So he gave so her spiritual master was sitting in her bed while she was dying, chanting big kirtan, I was there was this kirtan going from a guest house. I was saying, why did I make a kirtan in a guest house? Somebody told me, yes, I'm not that she died. She died in a late afternoon, and and my guru came out, actually he was crying, and then big kirtan, and then 1 hour later, not even that, already the stretch came out, was a little parikrama in Vrindavan, the body was burnt, it should be burnt as fast as possible. Preserve dead body is not very auspicious. If you are lucky in such an environment, spiritual in the down, you die like this, the body is cremated on the bank of Yamuna, same evening, finished. The ashes, that's another thing, ashes you can keep. And then the ashes were spread, in the Yamuna, very auspicious.
Was that in the Gymnaswam?
Huh?
In the Gymnaswam?
Yeah.
Was it this lady that later she does book?
The Russian lady, I think it was her, yeah.
A younger?
Yeah, she was not old. She was not old.
He wrote a book about her actually. If that's the one.
I don't know, but
I have a story I can tell you afterwards. So
yeah.
a continuation of that.
Huh?
The continuation?
But not in the lecture, I'll tell you.
Yeah, that's okay. No, but I'm mentioning it that it can happen. There is a hope. Okay? There's a hope.
Mm-hmm.
It depends entirely on that point. This is a very interesting point because it entirely depends on Krishna and the spiritual master if you go or not. All your learning, chanting, all this, yeah. This is preserved, it's okay. But the ultimate decision to go back home and back to Godhead cannot be calculated. So this is how you discover bogus astrology. He will tell you, you will go back home, back to Godhead. It's 50 rupees. I will tell you how to go back home. You will go in 2 lifetimes. That's nonsense. Astrologers have no right to comment on any devotional issues. Reasonable, honest astrologers say, that you have to ask your devotee. He will tell you, your body and the structure, it's all astrologers. Now there comes this influence. Then he can tell you. Then it comes. Like astrology will tell you, now comes the autumn. Yeah, great. Thank you for the information. Get an umbrella. It's going to be raining. Thank you. That's essentially what astrology is. It's just more sophisticated. It points further in the future. But if a good astrologer, he can just tell you, now comes this influence, now comes this. Now, this may happen to you. But if it really happens, and what happens, that's entirely up to Krishna, especially when you start to chant the holy name. Prabhupada gave his ultimate astrology. He said, you're right, you have so many problems. He didn't tell him, go to astrology. He said, with all the problems, I can tell you, I can kick them all away with my left foot. This is the end of astrology. But astrologer said, there's a big problem coming, Prabhupada said, I can kick it away with my left foot. Question is, are we going to take that kick? That's up to us. Neither an astrologer, neither Krishna, or neither Prabhupada could do anything about it. if you want to take that. If you say, no, I don't want, I'm fine, you are fine, I'm fine, then be fine.
Prabhupada, he was asked to give, there was some Indian man, he came, family man, he came and he said, this is my family man. He asked, please could you bless the family, could you bless everyone? And then Prabhupada, he was a little annoyed, I think it was in a train or something. So then he pointed at someone in a sannyasi disciple, and then he said, that is my blessing. And the man, he got scared.
Yeah, we ask for blessing, but on our condition. That's actually completely contradicting, because if you cannot bless yourself, then shut up. Accept blessing. If you want to bless yourself, then bless yourself. Why are you asking for blessing? It doesn't make any sense. If you ask for blessing, it has to be unconditional. That's the real blessing. But there's more stories in this direction, Big acharyas.
You told this story?
No. But I could well imagine that's exactly Prabhupada. There's little stories I heard from an acharya that said, I bless that all your family dies and things like this. Okay, who is blessing somebody with a death? But it can be a big blessing. Sometimes they are attached to something like hell, and you know it. Devotees are in such a pathetic positions. They even know, hey, it's coming, I'm attached, it's coming, help! And when you are really serious, and you chant, Krishna goes, big attachment, isn't it? Yeah, so hard. I will do it. I know I will do it again. It's coming, I will do it. Then Krishna goes, use some more heavy medicine. Prostata cancer. It's good for sex life. A vicious, evil wife. It's good for anatrasta. I can give you a whole range of medicine. People don't think, oh, Krishna is so sweet, he's smiling, you cannot do such a thing. Well, come on. He just leveled the whole Kurukshetra to the ground. That's Krishna's medicine. You cannot listen, you cannot take it. Okay, you will all die. All of you. Finished. One big bloody mess. People say, oh no, what a God you are worshipping. They was going to see Krishna with the flute. No. Krishna is also the one on the battlefield, going to Arjuna. Next, that was the last one. Next, Krishna was direct to chariot. Okay, the next one here, next project, next one please, Krishna was direct from the chariot. Here, there, please, next one. Even Arjuna was sometimes going, wow, all of them? Krishna was going, yes, all of them, this, very so, but we don't want to challenge Krishna. Please, I have so much problem with sex life, give me prostata cancer. It's a strange prayer. That's not how you pray to Krishna. Let's treat him decently. Okay. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai!
We had the Baunerholm.
Switch it off.
Aha.
Was kind of